welcome to my channel, Free to Praise. This is my second video recording. The first one I did was kind of an introduction into myself, my family, the channel, what it will be about, how I picked the name, all of that. So if you missed that first video, no worries, you can go down into the description box and click on the link and check it out there. So in my last video, I gave a little hint that my family and I will be moving to an African country. The country where we are moving to is Ethiopia. For those of you who may not know or may not be familiar with Ethiopia, it is an East African country located on the Horn of Africa. So Ethiopia was kind of an obvious choice for me and my family. One, because my husband is Ethiopian, born and raised. And two, I served as a U.S. Peace Corps volunteer in that country between 2011 and 2013. So we basically have roots there and have been thinking for a while about returning. We never honestly thought it would be this soon. We've been here living in the U.S. since 2013. And, you know, I guess we always kind of envisioned that we would move back at some point, maybe at a retirement age, much later in life. But it just worked out that we feel the Lord is leading us to go back sooner than that. So to give you a little idea as to why, let me start by saying there's two general whys. Why we're leaving the U.S. and why we chose Ethiopia. So I guess the first or the second general why I kind of already answered about why we chose Ethiopia. We have roots there. My husband's from there. I lived there for 2 years. I'm familiar with the language and the culture. And, you know, I loved my time there. And it's a dream to return back and live that kind of peaceful, calm, slower pace of life. So that's kind of the answer to the general second why. I mean, not only that, also our children, I mentioned in our first video that we have 3 boys. They are Ethiopians, and I want them to know their culture and their language and have that experience growing up. I think it'll be an invaluable experience for them as Ethiopian and half Ethiopian, half Black Americans. So that's kind of in a nutshell why we chose Ethiopia. The bigger question is, why are we leaving the U.S.? And I say that this is the bigger question because oftentimes you hear about people wanting to come to the United States, wanting to live the American dream. And, you know, that is absolutely fair. And it is what it is for each person and for their own reasoning. But you rarely hear about people wanting or deciding to leave the United States and go back to what is considered a developing country. There are many reasons why we have decided to take this route, but the most important and kind of hinted at in the name of my channel is freedom. Over time, it's feeling less free in the United States of America, and that's heartbreaking and it's sad, but it is the reality. Nobody in the United States, you know, we have a lot of things. We have cars and houses, and, you know, furniture and clothes and shoes and a lot of things, material things. And that's nice, and it can add some enjoyment to life, but I've come to realize it's not all that there is to this life. And even with the things come additional expenses, large expenses, and even sometimes debt. When you think about having a mortgage or a car note or credit cards to acquire all the things and maintain all the things, it's burdensome, for me at least. And, I was discussing with my husband about, what is this life? There must be more to this life. All we do is work, 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 and work some more. And we're tired and we're exhausted, and we don't have as much family time as we would like. We don't have as much time to spend with each other or with our children as we would like. And because of our busy schedules, and actually, somebody else dictating our schedules and telling us when we can be free and when we can have time off and when we can't, we are tired. We're exhausted. And unfortunately, tired, exhausted people can become irritable with each other, with the people that they absolutely love and adore, and with our children. And so that's not something that I want for myself, for my marriage, for my children. And I decided, you know what? We can make a change. We don't have to stay in this rat race. We don't have to stay in this cycle. We can, if we want more, we can have more. It's up to us to make the decision to reach out and get it. So, after a lot of conversation and talking and praying, my husband and I decided, let's do it. Let's move back to Ethiopia. And we believe that this decision is the best decision for ourselves and for our family as a whole. So our plan at the moment, and it is evolving and changing as we hear more from the Lord, and as we walk by faith, more of the plan gets revealed. But our current plan is to sell our home, sell our cars, pretty much sell all the things that we've acquired in our time here in the United States since 2013, and really use that money in Ethiopia to run businesses and to buy and build a house, and to live free. We don't have to work. We don't have to be on somebody else's schedule. And when I say we don't have to work, I mean we don't have to work for other people. We will be working and we will be running our businesses, but there's so much freedom in being a business owner. There's so much freedom in being the author of your own story and of your own life. So that's what I mean by we don't have to work. We will be working, but it will be a more fulfilling type of work. And we'll be able to make our own schedules and spend time with our children, send them probably to get an even better education at private schools that will be more affordable, because we're not trying to maintain a mortgage and a car note and credit cards and a certain lifestyle here. And so, it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that it's not scary, because the United States is all that I've ever known outside of Peace Corps. This is where I was born and raised. This is where I grew up. This is where my family is. And so there's an element of fear. But I have been practicing, especially in recent years, to put my faith over my fear. So regardless of, what the enemy may try to tell me, that, it's not going to be successful, you won't be able to build the house, your children won't be able to thrive there, they won't transition well, whatever the lies are, I have to constantly intentionally put my faith over fear, because I know I heard from God, and I know this is His will for us, and I know this will be a blessing for our lives. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. My husband's excited about it, and we've slowly been talking to our children about it, and kind of getting that idea in their mind, so that when the time comes to move, they aren't completely thrown off guard and shocked and filled with all kinds of emotions. We want to kind of ease them into it, help them to be able to transition. And, that's something I will go into more on this channel, about how we're doing that, how we're communicating the move to our children, how we're helping to prepare them for the move and for their transition as well. Because we also, of course, want them to be happy and to get the most out of this experience, which I know and believe that they will. There's a lot of toxicity in the American culture, and it's been creeping in slowly over the years, and now it's just blatant. And there are things that are anti-biblical, and against our faith and against what we believe, that are being forced upon our children. And, we can reinforce our morals and our values in the home, but when they're constantly being inundated with the world, at school, at the library, on television, it's up to us to say, you know what, we're going to take you out of this environment and put you in a healthier environment. So, like I said, I'm going to go into all of that as I go through making these videos and talking about our move. So kind of, this is a big step and a big deal for us. And I'm excited that you all are coming along with us on this journey. And, we're just taking it one step at a time. We have spoken with a realtor, and our house is currently listed as quote unquote coming soon on the market. And so that's exciting. This weekend, we're going to be having a professional come and take pictures of the home and, get it all staged and looking nice so that we can sell it quickly and get top dollar for our home as much as possible. This is a great time in terms of the market being very advantageous for sellers. So it's another reason why, we're feeling like, okay, now is the time. It's now or never. The kids are at that sweet spot age where they're not too tied in to America and to their lives here. My oldest is 6. My middle son will be 3, and my youngest son is only 3 months. So this is kind of a sweet spot age. The market is booming right now, and who knows when it could turn and begin to slow down. So, it just seems like the right time, the perfect time for us. And so we are doing those pictures this weekend and gonna get the house officially on the market by October 1st. And planning to move by the end of January. So we'll see how that goes. And, like I said, things are flexible. We're still hearing from God and being led by the Holy Spirit. And so we'll see, if we fully stick to that plan to the letter. But as of now, that's how things are going. So can't wait to share more of this journey with you and hear from you all, hear about whether or not you're thinking of potentially leaving the U.S. and where you would go, and if Africa is one of the options that you're thinking. Obviously Africa is a continent with many countries, but what I mean. If you're considering an African country for your move, or even Ethiopia. If you're considering Ethiopia, definitely reach out. If you live in Ethiopia and you are a part of the expat or diaspora community, definitely reach out. We want to hear from you. We want to share our experience, but also learn from others' experiences. There's no need to try and recreate the wheel. I've been scouring YouTube trying to find any kind of videos, helpful videos about Americans moving to Ethiopia. And like I mentioned in the last video, I just haven't been able to find a whole lot. So we're kind of the pioneers in that regard. But those of you out there who are doing those Ghana videos, moving to Ghana from the UK, from America, I've definitely been watching you guys, and you've been part of the inspiration, and also your experience has given me a lot of necessary information that I need to prepare my family in this way. So I don't want to make this video too long. I hope that answered some of the questions about where we're going and why. But if you have any other questions, feel free to write them down in the comment section and I will read them and respond to them in time. So I will talk to you guys in the next one, but remember, do not let anyone or anything hold back your praise, because praise is what gets us through. Bye.